Strawban's a video. Strawbans are at this point considered rather ridiculously a first step in terms of trying to end the problem of oceanic and water-based plastic pollution. But it's a rather ridiculous one. And I think it's done on a false statement. I think it's really done for a matter of a cost-benefit analysis. Corporations see a little bit of a way to cut costs, have customers then pay more for alternatives, as in fact they deny the accommodation that will be then seen of single-use plastic drinking straws that are often at least exemptions in these laws. The reason why I see it as a false start is because over 60% of oceanic plastics are plastic fishing nets, and another 10 to 20% at least is other fishing gear and equipment. So even if all of the bottles, plastic bottles, all of the straws being at best 0.01% of the oceanic plastics were banned, okay, and I'm talking about not just in the USA, but globally, if all plastic drinking straws were banned, we would be talking about a 0.01 tops percent reduction. So what I propose instead to end this nonsense is we demand the companies stop production and switch production from petroleum-based plastic fishing nets and gear and switch to bioplastics instead via hemp or soy. And in doing so, we'd be reducing the plastics pollution problem by at least 75 to 80% without getting into any of the problems with not only straws, but any other kind of single-use plastics. Furtherly, I suggest that we set up single-use and local business recycling centers, which is to say, yes, single-use plastic straws can be recycled. It is not easy, but it can be done. And it should be done and encouraged, along with other what is considered when it's things like catheters, in terms of plastic needles. It should be encouraged. There are ways to do it. It's just we're not doing it. Similar to the lithium-ion batteries, that the technology exists to recycle them. It's just not being done. And therefore, for those who say, I want to be an ally for disabled folks, I want to show that I'm an environmentalist. I urge you to, if you are trying still to support Strawbans, that you quit the nonsense and that you support banning instead petroleum-based plastic fishing gear and fishing nets, and that you also likewise encourage the local, or at least as local as it can get, businesses for recycling single-use plastics. Sending it away to other countries doesn't work. That's been proven time and again. We need to actually recycle it near where we live. And that's a tool for small businesses and people that actually care, as opposed to people who want to give lip service. This is a real problem, oceanic plastic pollution. No doubt. It definitely is. But banning plastic straws? No. Would I likewise would I be against, and I know some people have mentioned this, the concept of banning microbeads, which is to say microplastics, in products? until we get to stage the tertiary water filtration systems nationwide? I say yes, because frankly, that does leach into the ecosystem. And so I'd say for every place that does not do that third stage, which is to say completely pure water, that yes, in those jurisdictions it should be. Because we're talking about facial cleansers. So we're not talking about things that are of critical, medical value. Or at a very minimum, we should demand some containment for that, because it is an issue. And it's when I'm welcome to hear other comments on it. It's not something I'm well versed in terms of that particular microbead thing. But again, I've yet to hear anyone claiming that this is a medical need for it, and I keep on looking around, but I just don't see it. But again, for those who might, there should be a way to indeed, and I'd prefer much, because three stages, the third set of filtering water for drinking, that would not only eliminate microplastics, that would eliminate medications that are right now in our water systems, among other pollutants. So what I'd prefer in that one is not even banning that. And sure as heck, not banning plastic drinking straws, because they do help people. And they don't cause a significant risk to the environment. It's not them alone. Fishing nets? Heck yeah. Let's focus on the big polluters, the big companies, not those struggling to survive. Shalom.